It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and comics from all over. We ended up in Japan because Japan has 4 seasons. We get it. The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy. Here's Mark Bailey.
All right, Mark Bailey and Mike Miller back on Talk Funny. And in between shows, I'm always checking, and Mike reminded me of Ronald Reagan's famous words, trust but verify. You cannot trust Microsoft. Though it's a fine company.
No, we love it.
But you can't.
It would be a shame if something happened to it, though.
It'd be a nice PC you got here. I saw you.
It's a shame it's so close to the window, you know? So if something happened, you need a new PC, maybe.
You know, the iPhones aren't perfect either. Siri, the other day, is just Siri and me alone. And she goes, so what'd you do yesterday? I just went to drink some Starbucks. You mean the Starbucks next to the Apple Store, right? Yeah. You were looking at a different model, weren't you? No, I wasn't. Yeah, you did. You asked about upgrading Siri. You know, I was with you when you did that. My microphone was on. Our microphone was on.
Dave, what are you doing, Dave?
I can't allow that.
I can't allow that, Dave.
Dave, I can't do that. Dave, I can't allow you to upgrade.
So everyone who's under 30, you probably don't even know what we're talking about.
It's a quote from 2001 Space Odyssey. Which is really fun to watch on Codeine. I think
you need to be on something to watch that movie because it's pretty slow. Let's just say it's like, pretty slow.
Dave, I can't allow that. It's like, why is he shouting? I'm on Codeine. So look around you, Mike. A lot of stuff going on. You like what I didn't do with the place?
Yeah, I love the new decor. What is this? What's the style? Is it Nagoya modern, or what would you call this? Junk room modern?
This is called come back from second period, eat a quick lunch, throw that stuff up on the shelf, and then go to the third period. That's what it's called. And behind you, you will see the drums.
Yeah, I'm wondering where Jingle Girl sits. Is there a place for Jingle Girl?
On my face. Bill Cosby said, sits on my face. And now Bill Cosby's in prison. He's like, get off of my face. You're on my face. Get off of my face.
Actually, he got out, didn't he? He got out.
He got up.
Is he touring again?
He got off, which is funny because he got arrested for getting off. Hey! Who are these people?
And he put the women to sleep just like the audience. Hey!
What were we talking about? So the drums. So I teach as a nearby transport company right next door. And during lunch break, these guys, they want to learn drums. But, you know, like all people that want to learn music, the guy walks in and goes, they're all Japanese. He goes, I want to learn how to play Hard Barracuda. Wow, I'm amazed how young you are that you even know
that song.
But that's the hardest song you can play.
Yeah.
One of the hardest ones. Or maybe Led Zeppelin, rock and roll. And, I want to play that too. All right, let's start off with the Beatles.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll get to that one. Or another guy, he goes, I want to play Mountain Mississippi Queen. I said, yeah, okay, that's like a final exam. What I do is I teach them for 3 months and then I give them a final exam. And they think I'm going to give them Hard Barracuda. But I throw them off. As a Canadian, you will appreciate this. I give them actually 134 beats a minute. Barracuda is about 134 beats a minute. And the song I give them is 152 beats a minute. It's Anne Murray.
Anne Murray, right.
Snowbird.
Snowbird has that fast a drum. Wow.
Which is classified as country music, but it's actually polka.
Oh, it's polka.
So I teach them a little polka, and they're like, yeah, it's a little fast for me. Then they think they're going to get Barracuda or Led Zeppelin for their final exam. Give them Anne Murray. I said, don't worry, it's a country song. That's your final exam. See you tomorrow. So they come in, and they don't know the song. So I play it once, and he's like, it's a country song, right? Yeah. I can do country. I said, I give you a hint. Polka. I think we get taken down if I put it in. But it's just like, and it's actually faster than Hard Barracuda.
That's amazing because you never think of the drums when you think of Anne Murray because she's a vocalist and it's not like rock really, so you don't think of that.
And we have this kind of snob mentality. I'm a classic rock guy, and he'd say pop, I'll say right. Probably I could play any pop song.
But the real nerds are the metal guys, because metal is just like the next level of symphonic stuff. They love that. They love those 20-minute guitar solos and the drum solos.
It's called thrashing, man. What's your point?
Yeah, and
yeah, so what, man?
Prog rock is those guys are the nerds.
What's the problem with thrashing?
Metal,
you got a problem with thrashing, man?
You got a problem with that, man? No.
What's wrong, man?
I don't have any problem.
What's your problem?
Man.
Yeah, it's death, man. It's death. It's cool. It's death cool. You know what's cool death? Dying in Helsinki. Oh.
No.
By the way, shout out to the Prime Minister. If the Prime Minister of Helsinki is listening,
yeah.
you're invited
Anytime.
I'll pay for your ticket at any Nagoya Comedy Show.
You can stay Shea Mark here at the Shea Mark Hotel.
My first girlfriend was Finnish.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did she start?
Well,
How did it start?
Well, I did a lot of finishes.
Oh dear. They're beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, and she's getting criticized for having fun. I'm just like, what? She's having fun.
For living like a U.S. senator.
Yeah,
a male senator.
Without the cocaine.
But guys get into politics for that.
Yeah.
And, she's not allowed to do that. She's a good-looking woman at 34 or 37.
I know, very young for a prime minister.
And they stole a sign or something, the two naked women, and they took a picture.
Lesbian couple or something.
It has Finland on there, and I said, that's a tourist poster.
I know, sure.
I booked my ticket. Are we on the same flight, Mike?
Yeah.
Mike? So what was my point?
Oh, we got distracted.
The other one was for drums. Fergie, Clumsy.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know that song.
It starts out with the Casio, dun, 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 but it's really fast, 164 beats per minute. It's like one of the fastest songs you can find on YouTube. But if you heard it would just be like, just sounds like hip hop. But it's really fast, and I give them that, and they fail. They fail Anne Murray, and they fail Fergie.
Mm-hmm.
So you should have trained me for that. I'm like, no, I don't teach for the test.
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to practice rock. We practice rock.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, if you could pass Anne Murray's Snowbird,
mm-hmm.
I will teach you. The next one is Barracuda. It's going to seem easy in comparison.
It's interesting because I don't even know if Anne Marie. I don't think she has any following in Japan, right? Like she's not well known. I mean, she's
in Japan,
the biggest.
No, in Japan, no.
She was the biggest star, I think, in Canada in like the 70s and 80s.
My dad loved Anne Murray.
Yeah, she had a beautiful voice. Well, I think she's still with us, right?
Yeah,
I think Anne Murray's still with us.
My dad loved Anne Murray.
She's from Nova Scotia, actually, where my brother lives, and she's huge there. And she has, I think there's a museum to her there or something, but I don't know if it's still open.
Of course, she didn't.
Coal mining town. She's from a coal mining town in Nova Scotia.
She didn't write that song, but Marty, somebody's another Canadian country singer, and he wrote that song. That song is actually very dark. Snowbird's about thinking about killing yourself, and the guy actually killed himself.
Oh.
After he wrote that song. He did get success, but Family Guy. And they call up Anne Murray, and they're like, why did you write a song about Snowbird? Like, is it about life? Is it about a bird? Is it about love? She goes, well, I didn't write that song. You didn't write that song? That should be on the front of your album that you didn't write that song. And she goes, everybody knows I'm not a singer-songwriter. I'm a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Look up Wiki. It says singer. It doesn't say singer-songwriter. Well, who wrote the song? Well, Marty. Marty wrote the song. Let's talk to Marty. We want to talk to the guy who wrote the song. Well, he killed himself after he wrote that song. Which is actually true. I actually looked up.
Oh, God. If anyone is having trouble, call a helpline. You always have to say this when you bring up that topic. You have to say if you're in need, please get help.
Suicide is
we joke about it, but it is serious,
Suicide is no joke, but sometimes it's a solution. No, Mike Miller and Yahoo.com.
And it's not painless, unlike the song.
No.
And MASH.
Suicide is painless.
Don't. Well, we're in the capital of that here, so please don't. It's pretty bad. It delays our trains every day.
I know. I can't remember but there's actually a sponsor for that. If you're
is it BetterHelp?
BetterHelp.com.
Do you want good help or better help?
BetterHelp.
Is there best help?
Which one is better?
I want
BetterHelp. BetterHelp is better than
good
help.
Okay.
It's BetterHelp.com. Some amateurs are getting on, and we're hiring people all the time. So you're picking up homeless people and don't kill yourself, and then talk to this guy. We'll give you a sandwich. Brought to you. That's why we don't sponsor the show.
That's
folks.
right. It all goes to charity.
Bill Maher has a podcast.
Right. I watched a little bit of it.
Club Random is the name of it.
Club Random.
And
it's
God,
I don't know.
It's kind of stale.
Oh God, is it ever stale? I think Bill Maher, sometimes he smokes weed and drinks too much before the podcast.
Sometimes smokes weed.
So it really takes the edge off, but it really slows him down, and it's just not like. I'll say this about what's the other one? Real Time. Real Time. It's professional. He doesn't show up high. He's got his jokes ready. He's sharp. He's very sharp. I don't like his takes. Usually, I disagree with him a lot these days.
He has to do.
But he's sharp and he does a professional job. But
he basically
Random is kind of like half-assed. I don't know. Did I get that impression? Do you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
On Real Time, he kind of took up Ted Koppel's position because the networks don't do that anymore. And he will actually talk back to people that say, for example,
he'll yell at his audience too. Remember when he yelled at his audience?
And the audience doesn't know when to clap or not because he'll be like, you woke people are full of crap, and they're like, yeah, we're woke.
We're not sure.
But it's rude not to clap, because we're woke. So And so Club Random, and it's very stale. He forgets stuff. He forgets names, and this recurring joke every 12
But he gets
seconds.
millions of views for some reason. I don't get
Well,
it.
on Club Random, it just every few minutes he goes, "These clove cigarettes I'm smoking. Oh, I don't know what's in them." And he was arguing with Jack Osbourne, the son of Ozzy Osbourne, who did a travel show and did specials in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. And Bill goes, "So is that still a Muslim country?" And he goes, "No, it's not a Muslim country." He goes, "I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is." He goes, "Well, I did a travel special there." And he goes, "Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm right." He goes, "Well, it's your show. I guess you're right."
Jesus.
Jeez. He goes, "Ulaanbaatar sounds Arabic to me." Well, it's not.
What's his obsession with that? I don't get it.
Mongolia is that's the home of Kublai Khan, Genghis Khan.
Yeah, the Khans.
Yeah. And theory says, rumor says that part of the Khans went into China, and that's where the Han people come from. They also think they came from the Khans.
The Siberian steppe there, yeah.
So, but he's like, "I'm pretty sure I'm right." But then again, these clove cigarettes. Okay, then don't contradict him.
I mean, I just don't like watching his show anymore because it's like basically 3 or 4 topics. It's always millennials suck, wokeness, and then what's the other one? He always ageism. And it's funny because he talks about ageism. He's like, "Don't judge me for my age. Don't judge me for my age." And he talks like an old man. He's like, these kids today, they're like, "Okay, I get it. You can have criticisms of kids today, but it's every freaking week you're doing this monologue, the same monologue. Please try a different subject once."
We had Andrew Sullivan, gay conservative guy, on, and Andrew Sullivan called him on it one time. Another one of his things that he'll do is he'll say, "Well, the guy must be stupid because he's from the South." It's just very elitist.
He is kind of
You're
that
turning
way,
off half the country. And he tours in the South. He says he loves it there, but it's just it's like a Polak joke. It's an easy foil. And Andrew Sullivan said to him one time, he goes, "You're making fun of Trump voters. It's like 78 million people. They can hear you, Bill. They're in the room." Right?
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I agree. We shouldn't divide. We should not make fun of the other side." But, the South, they're stupid.
But he does it all the time.
12 seconds later.
I know. I don't get it. Like, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish with that show, but I guess enough people still watch it.
He's become the get off my lawn guy.
He is basically get off my lawn guy, yeah, basically.
And I remember him making fun of Dole.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, "Get off my lawn."
Yeah.
It's like, "Go change your Depends and shut up." Okay, Bill, guess whose turn it is
Yes,
now.
exactly. Like, that's the thing.
But the only thing about his show, I mean, I keep watching it. I never miss an episode because that's what everyone says. I don't agree with everything he says. I hate a lot of what he says. I agree with some of what he says. That's the whole point. We're all watching the same show. That's a start. We're all on the same channel. We're watching the same show. If you agree with everything he said, you should shoot yourself in the head. If you disagree with everything he said, you're too woke.
Yeah.
Okay, you just shoot yourself in the head.
I don't disagree with everything he says. I disagree with a lot of
No,
it. But
everybody disagrees. You think you're the only one. Everybody disagrees with part of what he says. That's his shtick.
Well, yeah, I wonder who's. But the thing is, I think he has quite an older audience because he's on HBO, and I think he tends to cover things like from that perspective. But I mean, it's natural. He's getting older, so But yeah, I just get tired of the same rehashed like rants about the same. It's like listening to Adam Carolla, right? Like Adam Carolla is also the king of that.
The 401.
My father doesn't love me. He doesn't respect me enough. The 401, and what's with the signs on the 401?
My wife loves
Why
Bruce
does it say
Springsteen.
check ticket or what is it? Check it or ticket or something? And he's paying all my money for my wife.
My wife loves Bruce Springsteen. She ordered the most expensive latte in Starbucks. I said, "Have Bruce pay for that." Did I mention she loves Bruce Springsteen? We get it.
God, yeah.
We get it. Mark Bailey, Mike Miller, and Talk Funny.